Hi, and welcome to GSKP Georgia Sunflower Kansas Beach on YouTube. Today, our story that we're going to talk about, or issue that we're going to talk about, is very serious. So, I didn't think that our theme music would have been appropriate in this case. This is a story about a man who lost his life and a man that took it, and the consequences therein. Now, the man that you see on the screen is Daniel Penny. This is the man that committed the act. Now, the man that lost his life was Mr. Neely. I am going to refer to the man that lost his life as Mr. Mr. Neely was a man suffering from mental issues. In the year 2023, he entered a subway suffering from his mental issues, which caused him to make lots of noise and disturb other passengers. And this individual thought it was his duty to stop him. And he did, permanently. Yesterday, it was determined that this individual had the right to take Mr. Neely's life. Now, some background on Mr. Neely. Again, Mr. Neely was suffering from mental issues. A rather young man. It had been found that the cause of his mental issues were that his mother was taken from this world as well, in a very heinous and disturbing way. It was found that his mother was taken from this earth and put in a suitcase. When this occurred, the young man snapped, which is totally understandable. Excuse me. To find out that your mother's no longer here and someone has put her remains in a suitcase. Now, this young man, from what I understand, was homeless not because he had to be, but because of his mental issues. This man entered in a subway, as I said before, dealing with mental issues. So he was saying things he shouldn't have said. He was saying them too loud. But he never touched anyone. At the time of the incident, this man was unarmed. He only had a muffin in his pocket, and he is no longer here. Now, if a black man was to do this to any white man, he would no longer be here. He would either be locked up or he would be deceased. This man Daniel Penny felt that it was his right and his duty to stop Mr. Neely, at which time he put Mr. Neely in a chokehold, cutting off his air supply, which in turn took his life. Daniel Penny deserves to be in prison. There's footage of people trying to stop him from choking this sick man. Yesterday, it was determined that he was not guilty of taking someone's life. Mind you, a ill black man's life. This system is racist. This country is racist. Racism does exist. If you still don't believe it, ask Trayvon Martin. Ask DeMaurice Richardson, Javion McGee, Dante Wright, Clifford Brooks, Rashad Graham, Sonia Massey, Terrell Miller. Terrell Miller was only 4. Jabril Cheevers, Philemon Moore, what these people all have in common is they are no longer here. By the hand of either white men, citizens, or white police officers. No one cares. No one bothers to figure out why, and very few charges are pressed. So here's another one getting off on murdering us. And he had the nerve to say with a shit eating grin on his face that he was glad about the outcome. Mind you, this man is supposed to be a veteran. Mr. Neely should still be here and should not have died by the hands of a so called veteran. A true veteran would have assessed the man was ill and tried to help him. But a racist piece of trash who had been in y'all's military did this. Daniel Penny should be locked up. If it had been the other way around, Mr. Neely would be on his way to prison, never to see daylight again, mental illness and all, or he would be deceased. By officers of the law and or citizens. Now, I know that this broadcast is harsh, but it's facts. And it's a reality that I have to face, my nephews have to face, my brothers, cousins, simply because of the color of their skin. And it hurts me to my soul because of something that's totally out of our control. We can be wiped away in the blink of an eye, and no one cares. So don't tell me racism isn't real. Stop lying to our children. Stop hiding the truth from our children. Black lives do matter. We are here because God wanted us to be here. No matter what you do, no matter how much you try, you cannot eradicate us. Our lives matter. We need to fix this. I fear for my people. Of what we may have to face and of what we do face. I'm tired of us having to walk on eggshells. It's time to make a change. Right here and right now, change needs to happen. I want to thank you for joining me today on Georgia Sunflower Kansas Speech. This was hard for me to do because I know how it feels to be judged. simply because of my skin. I can only imagine how this family feels right now. I've been blessed that my family is still here. It could have easily been my brother. It could have easily been yours. And it hurts me so much for our children. So many people have fought and died for us. Just to have basic human civil rights. And nothing has really changed. If you don't understand why I feel this way, go back. Look up those names I called out. See if you understand then. Something has got to change. We have got to do better. Black and white, red, yellow, green, purple, blue. We've got to do better. It doesn't matter what's on the outside. What matters is in your heart. We've got to change our hearts, people. We've got to. Too many people are dying. Too many of my people are dying simply because of the color of their skin. I hope today's video touched someone. I hope it changed somebody. I want to thank you for joining me today on Georgia Sunflower, Kansas Speech, GSKP. To the Neely family, and to all those families that I mentioned, their loved ones that have been lost to this crazy violence. I send my deepest condolences. I can only imagine the hurt that you feel. And I pray that God removes your sorrow and your pain. Again, thank you for joining me. As I always say, I am my brother's keeper. I love you.